Scout Motors showed off prototypes for their Traveler SUV and Terra pickup models. The Scout name was acquired by Volkswagen to resurrect as an EV to be built in South Carolina. Scout revealed the vehicles they will be producing. There are several videos showing what their communication teams want us to know. I watched them, and so should you. But what I really want to explore is the most interesting detail that they did not provide much information on. That is the gasoline range extender option called Harvester, as in International Harvester, makers of the original vehicle. In this video, we're going to dissect the words and images that they did confirm about this surprising option from Scout Motors. Let's see if we can figure out what they plan to offer in 2027. A battery electric vehicle only runs on electricity through a plug. Plug-in hybrids have both a plug for electricity and a gas cap to refuel. A traditional PHEV is a gas-powered vehicle that adds an electric motor, a medium-sized battery, and a plug to recharge. Range is typically limited to less than 50 miles. A range-extended EV, call it a REV, an EREV. It's a battery electric vehicle driven by an electric motor plus a gasoline engine that only recharges the battery. The gas engine is not physically connected to the wheels. That is what Scout Motors plans to deliver. Production of this truck is 2 years away, so I cannot blame them for holding back some details. Here's what they revealed about the gasoline range extended EV. They showed this picture, more on that in a minute. They said it would have 500 miles of range with the EREV and 350 miles of range as a battery electric. CEO Scott Keogh said, as an EREV, the battery would be a little smaller and it would still have a front trunk. So let's dive into that. How big an engine does an EREV need to generate electricity? Depends on how large the vehicle is and what you want it to do. On the minimum side, the BMW i3 offered a range extender, the Rex. It was a 647cc two-cylinder, basically a motorcycle engine, to recharge the battery. The upcoming Ram Ramcharger is a larger vehicle. It uses a 3.6-liter V6 attached to a 130 kilowatt generator. Scout is closer to the Ram in weight and aerodynamics than it is to the BMW. So for argument's sake, the range extender for the Scout needs to be, at an absolute minimum, 100 kilowatts, probably more, but let's stay with that minimum. The engine required would be about 135 horsepower, but likely more. We need to find a Volkswagen engine that is compact but produces enough power to recharge the battery to keep this kind of large EV going with its off-road knobby tires. They said that the battery EV would have about 350 miles of range. Given what we know of the efficiency of the Hummer EV and the Rivian, I would expect the Scout battery EV to have a pack that is about 180 kilowatt hours or more. They said the range extended version would have a slightly smaller battery. That opens up some room and it reduces the material costs for this EV. I believe that Scout will use a 3-cylinder gas engine from its parent Volkswagen. So why do I say that? Because of this image. Take a look at it. You could see 1, 2, 3 cylinders. I believe that this is the muffler system mounted directly to the engine to keep it compact, likely tied together to tune the exhaust and minimize noise and vibrations. Volkswagen does have a 3-cylinder engine family with a 1-liter displacement. Power output, by my rough estimation, is not quite enough to keep this large EV going as a range extender. So I think they need to squeeze some more cubic inches out of it, or perhaps use premium fuel. Either or both would get us to close to the right power output. One thing to note, this engine is not used in America today, so it would have to go through EPA certification. That's not a roadblock, but it is an expense for the automaker. Back to the cutaway. You see the range extender engine generator in the rear. Up front, there's a similar colored tube coming down from the front fender. This must be the fuel filler neck. They showed in the video a fuel door with the harvester name on it. The gas cap is on the right front of the vehicle. Not clear where the fuel tank is, probably reasonably close located to that. They said there would still be a front trunk in the harvester, so the fuel tank would not be there, nor the engine. Modern fuel tanks are relatively low cost blow molded parts. You'd be surprised where they can squeeze them into. With a little more room due to a smaller battery, the inline 3-cylinder engine that I predict could be laid at an angle to keep packaging compact. Scout said that the off road capability for the range extended harvester would be as good as the battery electric. To deliver on this promise, packaging would have to maintain the same departure angle as the battery EV. Scout has 2 years before they have to tell us about their range extended harvester EV. The gas door is on the right front. A small gas tank is likely in front of the smaller battery. I believe a 3-cylinder engine at the rear will be used to recharge the battery when needed. To make this vehicle go, it'll probably require premium fuel or some other way to squeeze some more horsepower out of that compact engine. Based on my research, I've seen no details confirmed by Scout, so tell me what you think. I could be wrong, and we likely have a year or more before they tell us all the details. As always, thanks for watching, and if you think the Scout is a good-looking SUV, give it a thumbs up, because if you think it's ugly, you're wrong.